Hello, welcome to episode 9 of This Knitty Life. My name is Rachel and come to you from Leeds in West Yorkshire. Today is the 20th of March 2020. If you want to follow me on social media, my name is Rewarding Memories on Instagram. I also have a This Knitty Life Instagrammy channel as well for more podcasty type related things, and I am Reward on Ravelry. So this is a bit of a hodgepodge. As I'm sure you well know, we are having some crazy times. So I have to pick my children up in half an hour and then potentially have them at home for the next potentially 6 months. So I'm squeezing in podcast now. I am hoping to be able to do some here and there. So what I thought I'd go through with you today is not just a normal podcast, but a bit of a whip down. So I've got loads of whips, loads and loads of them. So I just thought I'd go through some with you actually. I think my camera is facing a little bit of a different way, so I feel like I'm looking in the wrong place. I'm like lying on the settee. I am wearing my Soldotner. Can't really get up, to be honest. Which is a Caitlin Hunter pattern. This is DK pattern. This is mainly Black Elephant, I realise. That was nice and awkward for you. So I've got a few acquisitions to go through with you, but I'm not actually going to do any whips that I've been knitting on this week, because I've not done the most amount of knitting, which there's so much going on, isn't there? Seriously. So I'm going to kick it off with just some old whips, really. I'm just charging my iPad, which I'm recording on my phone, but my iPad's completely turned off. Oh, it's on 6%. So I'm just trying to get this to turn on and trying to log into Ravelry, because I fear I will have forgotten the names of some of the patterns. So I'm just trying to do that. So I apologise that this isn't the best, but needs must. I've not even done my nails because it's either do my nails or fit in a podcast. And I have actually purchased a new gel nail varnish from Amazon, so that'll be here tomorrow, so I didn't want to do it. Right, so I've got my Ravelry up. So I'm oh, look at that light. You can see the light. I'm Reward. Anyway, I'm Reward on Ravelry. So first up, this is an amazingly gorgeous project. I don't know why I've not done it. It's so nice. So I actually made this bag. So this is the Peter Pan fabric. I do actually have a degree in fashion design. Not that I use it or was any good at it. But, you know, I can do some basic stuff. So in here, we have... Look how beautiful this is. Maybe this is inspiring me. This is Guthrie by Caitlin Hunter. I do like her patterns, obviously. Click. I'm just trying to get it to come up on the iPad. So this has been on the needles for a long time. When did I start it? February 9th, 2019. So it's a DK pattern. I don't know if the colours come out the best. I actually used, this is what I'm using for the body, which is just a Drops. I know that light's really bright, man. That's just a Drops Merino in DK, so I've got loads of that. And this is pre-good ball winder, can you tell? This is Die Candy. Let's see if the balls are in here too. The ball bands. They're not. It's something. Go on, this is a good one. It's something about my finger. It's not trigger finger. Ugh, it's something. But I've got all... This needs to sort out. I've got all this way, and I've got this much left of my first one and a full second one. So this was 2019 that I started it. So this was a little bit before it started getting trendy to have crop jumpers. So in theory, I could just stick a rib on this and be done. But it is not done. Oh, I've got to pick this up because my colourwork skills have definitely improved. So I've got this awesome, this awesome magnet board, which I just got from Amazon, which I totally love. It's funnily enough got a magnet on it. Yeah, so you can just record where you are. So if I just have a little look where I am. So it's saying, oh dear, no, surely not. Surely. It's in on row 25 of 73. That can be right, because I've split for the sleeves and everything. But this is gorgeous. Why aren't I working on it? I feel a bit hyper and a bit giddy, I'm sorry. Oh, there's so much. So much, isn't it? I'm sure everyone else feels like that too. But anyway, I have this to work on. Whilst obviously the schools are out, nurseries are out, I'm not just at home, I still do have to work. As far as I'm aware, I'm hoping to hear something from work, to be honest. I'm not essential, shall we say. I'm hoping that he shuts down. I really do, because I really don't like being that close with people. But anyway, don't need to hear about that. Just to say, as in, I've still got to work, my kids will be off, I won't just be knitting and knitting and knitting, and this whole sit on the couch and watch Netflix thing. It's not how it works. But look, it's beautiful. I'll try not to go on about it too much, because I'm aware it's very stressful for people. Sorry, got a bit carried away there. Okay. So that is Guthrie, and that is a DK pattern. I will try and link all these on Instagram. Someone's asked me to put them down here, down below, so I'll try and do that. It's quite time consuming, and I try to basically record and get it up bish bash bosh. I don't do any editing, as sorry, I'm sure you can probably tell everything's balanced on the footstool. I don't drink water when I'm not at work. I have loads at work, and I really don't at home. Yeah, so that is, oh look, it's called Wiggle Your Big Toe. Die Candy Wiggle Your Big Toe. I knew it was something toe finger related. And the other one is just Drops Baby Merino, and that is just in the cerise colourway. So that's, I bought one today actually. I think it was maybe about £3 a ball, that one. And then I got the Die Candy actually on a D-stash. So that is awesome. Let me just knit back on my iPad. I've got no notes, so I'm just winging this, okay? Right, next up is this beautiful bag. If there's no name in it, I don't know who it's from. I think it's one of those Amelia Joy ones. I've got loads of hers, normally is. Right, so this one is Hohi Locatelli. Oh, look how that's showing up. You beautiful thing, you. Oh, look at that. This is Spector. S-P-E-C-T-O-R. And it's by Hohi Locatelli, which I'm sure you've heard of. This yarn is Garn Stories. I got this at EYF a couple of years ago. I saw a lady with this on who I now follow on Instagram. Harlem something Harlem. I assume she lives in Harlem. Oh, and it was gorgeous. And this actually fades. I'll get you a picture. Look at me with my patterns. I do like to print my patterns off. Oh, that's better. So it's Spector, and it's Hohi Locatelli. So Hohi spelled J-O-J-I. Hohi Locatelli, and it's a gorgeous fade. I know that Mr. B's Yarn had some kits for this, very similar to hers, and it's gorgeous. It's quite intense, I'm gonna say, which is why it's not really being picked up. It's knit this way around, so you can't really see, but there's some kind of bud stitches on there. So again, I started this in April 2019, straight after EYF last year, when I met this lady, and I basically stalked her for the entire day. It was a bit awkward actually. And then she was at the Cayley on the night time, and it's EYF time of year. I am missing it. I am missing everything at the minute. I posted some pictures over on This Knitty Life Instagram last weekend about EYF 2 years ago, which is when loads of people came over. We met Christy Glass, Danielle, Gemma Darling, Nora George was there. Who else did we run to? Soprano Knits. Amy Florence was there from Stranded. We went back to Katie's house, Miss Lavelli's, house and had a knit night, and like Ellie of Scandy was there. So many people that I now chat to, like Hannah of Corner of Craft, she was there. Tea and Possibilities, she was there. Loads of people, and that was awesome. That was the first year I'd stayed over, because the year previous I was very pregnant with Theo. Or was I? No, I think I just went there and back in the day, because I guess I must have had a 1-year-old. Anyway, I've caught up with Jane from Knit Night, Knitting Jane, and she has told me where I am. I'm on row 5. How depressing is that? Yeah, I'm on row 5. God. Yeah, so again, this one's just been left. It's a 4-ply garment. It is as bright as it looks. I've not even got the other yarns in the bag, that so to speak. I've not even got the other yarns in here of what I'd planned to fade it to. So I'm quite sure what I'm going to do there. Well, yeah, that's done. I'm totally trashing my house in the process of doing this, so I hope you appreciate it. I want it to be all nice and tidy when the kids broke up, so I guess I'm going to do that between picking Martha up at 3 and picking Theo up at 4. Next up, this beautiful bag. I love these bags. This is the Clara Rose Crafts. This is the one where I got 3 of them at Christmas time, and I've got the large. So in here is January I cast this on, so fairly new. Although January feels like, sorry, I'm scratching my leg, about a million, billion, trillion years ago. So this is Cowgirl, and this is by Emile Lewis. Let me have a little look if I've got a picture. So this is a gorgeous garment. So it is 4-ply held together with mohair. It is dropped sleeve, which I love a drop sleeve. I don't necessarily love knitting them. Yeah, look at that. Fluffy, fluffy, fluffy. Gorgeous. Right, let me see if I can get her name. It's called Cowgirl. Just, you know, like an actual cowgirl. Like you would think. No. Anyway, it's E-M-I-L-I-E, and then her surname is L-U-I-S. I think it's Emile Lewis. And you want to see, I imagine. Not loads on it because it's a dropped sleeve, so it starts off flat. Oh, you can see that nice. So it's quite wide at the minute. I've not knit on this for a while now. Got this gorgeous stitch marker at the last, the little bally one at the last Yorkshire Yarn Fest, which I'll talk about at the end. It's gorgeous from, you know what, I've got a card in here. A Knit Away. I love it. So I am using pre-good ball winder, can you tell? This is Black Elephant. I think it's called Minerva, as in like Harry Potter. I've got a really itchy leg, I'm really sorry. And my mohair, I'm actually fading some drops. These have all come apart. So it's the Drops Kids Silk one. I've tried the alpaca one, which I think is maybe £1 cheaper. I just didn't like it. So it's this one. So these fade. I am entirely copying my friend Steph, who did a love note in this, but I am quite tempted just to, I think it's got to be something like 7 inches here, which is not massively far off. But again, just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, scrummy project. Why am I not knitting on it? Because something new catches my eye and I'm like, oh, shiny. So yeah, I'm fading those mohairs in. They're really nice, the Drops ones, actually. Obviously they're solid, so if you want one with speckles in, then you need an indie one, don't you, really? Yeah, so let me see if I can, you can read this, can you? Cowgirl, Emile Lewis. So yes, another beautiful garment in a beautiful bag that's not been worked on. But I love it. It's really, really pretty. What else have I got here? Let's do this one. This one's so nearly finished. This is giant bag. This is, I don't think she makes bags anymore. Daisy Boo Designs. If you used to listen to Knit Spin Cake, which I'm looking in the wrong place. Knit Spin Cake, who used to have an audio podcast. She's from the northeast, like me. She once upon a time had a shop, and her mum used to make bags for her shop. This is the wrong pattern. This is the Party Top, and it is by Abby Knits. So it has the lace detail over the shoulders. It is a small cropped one. In hindsight, it's probably a bit small. I started it in August last year, where I was probably a little bit smaller than I am now. But, you know, winter, and now those pesky Easter eggs are out. Is there anything better in the world than Easter egg chocolate? I really don't think there is. So this is, the yarn is Skiing Queen in the Crush DK, and this is the colour Dream Cloud. So I've barely used any, actually. I think I've just started my second one. Seriously. That's the wrong pattern that's in there. Yeah, this is a small, and it is supposed to be cropped and stuff, but maybe it's just a bit too small. I'm running out of time. I'm running out of time for school. I was going to do some acquisitions I got, but I might just not have to knot, and then I'll try and do like another quick 20-minute one in the week. Another little one. This is a gorgeous thimble and thread bag by Tracy from Thimbles and Thread. It's a pumpkin hat, which I've knit probably about a million, billion, trillion. It's not even on Ravelry. I've knit loads of these. It stalled. I ran out of time before Halloween to get it done, and then just stopped. I didn't know that that's what was in there. I had a lot of love for this on Instagram the other day. This isn't necessarily old, and I guess I am still working on it, but I'll show you because everyone seemed to like it. So this is the Sanguine sweater. Who makes this? Sanguine by Morgan Waldorf. Sanguine. So it's Sanguine, and it is gorgeous. So I am using many things, many colours. I'm aware my alarm goes off at 2:45, and it's like 20 to 3. So if I cut off, then I just cut off, okay? Stay safe. Yeah, so it's gorgeous. I've got a bit of lithium from Dye Candy in there. Didn't put that in that one. This is Hedgehog Fibres in Gossip. I've got this gorgeous one from Spectrum. Some grey by Dusty Dimples in Luna's Thestrals. Just some mystery grey, lots of mystery grey in this one actually. Yeah, and that's Sanguine. Right, I'm gonna go fast now, okay? Right, so the next one, this is a Jibiroo bag. Gorgeous giant bag. And this one is Viminal. God, come on, man. Give me some easy names here. Viminal. I saw one of these knit up in Bar-Amu when it was still a shop and we could still go there. This is, again, it's a saddle sleeve. So I need to do some darts, but this is Fine Fish Yarns in the Sticks colourway. And this is, I'm going to click on it because I can't remember what it's called. I don't want to be late for the last school run. And Rob's not here today. Well, he's gone to the shops, dare I say, because his parents are self-isolating, and he's gone to get them some food and some chocolate. This is called Drag Race, and this is Fine Fish Yarns. So I need to just do a little bit of length and then some shaping for the old breasticles to go around it. But again, I've wanted to knit this for ages and ages and ages. Not got very far. really need to get a wriggle on with it. I bought that at Yarndale 2018 and I've just pulled a load of stitches off. Right, so while I'm fixing this, I do have some more to show you, so maybe I'll show you some more next time. Obviously right now I was supposed to be with my Carly, my Falula. We were going to go Home Bargains. She was coming up from London. I've not seen her since Fibre East. She was coming up from London. We were going to go to Yorkshire Yarn Fest tomorrow. We had an Airbnb with some of our friends. None of it's happening. Which is fair enough. And there's people in such worse situations. Like imagine having to cancel your wedding. But that does not mean I'm not completely gutted. Totally gutted. I hang out with my friends. But breathe, Rachel. I'm hyper today. That doesn't mean that we can't still buy yarn. Yorkshire Yarn Fest. Oh, low battery, Rachel. Please don't have cut out. Oh, no, it hasn't. Okay, Yorkshire Yarn Fest is doing an online show tomorrow. So everyone's having like a 15-minute slot. All the people who are vending there. Got 2 minutes. Starting off at 9 o'clock, right through until the evening, actually. So there's loads of people doing it. I think not all the vendors are doing it because obviously these are crazy times we live in. Some of them are probably ill. Some of them have probably got really ill family members and maybe don't want to do an Instagram live. But all the like dinosaur leggings, all the yarn shows are getting cancelled at the minute, which is so sad. So I can't stress enough really just to try and support them where you can. Again, I said this last week, if you can't afford to buy from them, because obviously we know that people are now having to be off, they're not necessarily getting paid. I don't know what's happening with me, I don't know what I'm doing, but I was paid today. So I am going to try and support where I can. I will just show you very quickly. I picked these up from Jen, from Castleview Yarns. I got in there early because I'm her friend. This is Fear of the Dark. I think she's on about 11. So I got in there early and I picked these up. But if you can't afford to buy, like the post, share them on your stories. Just say what you like. Like, oh, that's gorgeous yarn. All the comments really help with this algorithm thing. So as much as I want to be with my friends right now, I can't. But I will try and support them where I can. The situations they must be in, the amount of yarn they must have dyed, and then to have the show cancelled, which had to be done. It had to be done. And I know that lots all over the world have been cancelled. I was doing booth samples for somebody on one of the Sweden shows that's been cancelled. I can only assume that Wool Monty's going to go the same way. Spring into Wool in Leeds next month has been cancelled. So what must these people be thinking about how they're going to get their income? So just I don't want to guilt trip anyone, sorry. But just, if you can, support them. I'm worried about quite a lot of them, as you can probably tell. Because some businesses just don't come back from certain things, do they? But I'm hoping with the yarn dyeing type business, like, it might, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get off of the school run now. I posted on my stories today, if this is coming up today, that I've been sending out some minis. So I think I've got 4 parcels. 4 parcels to go. I'm going to post them after school. And I've got a couple more to go out, just to spread a little bit of love out into the world. I've had a few more people asking for them, so I'll assess how many I've got before I can kind of offer that again. So just doing like large letter amount, so it's not £1 million, and send them out into the universe. So this is going to cut me off now, and I've got to get my girl from school. So stay safe, everyone. Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. Try not to go out where you can. Seriously. Try really hard. I know this is so difficult. Try and do anything you can to relax. Anxiety is high. Mine is, which is probably why I'm talking about 5 million miles an hour.